Hello there! To many of us, Dodo Pizza is not simply quick delivery of delicious pizza, but also cozy restaurants where you can enjoy time with your friends and family. Today I'll be telling you about how our restaurants will be looking like and what will that deliver to our guests and our business. Fyodor used to design pizza restaurants on his own, he had to. But even back then, the major focus of our designs were coziness and comfort for our guests. Later on, we began designing new, cozy pizza restaurants which are inviting to conversation and leisure, vivid and lively, with unusual, peculiar details, full of light and air. And in 2020, we designed the new package for our pizza. A bit later, I'll tell you how that came together with the new restaurant design. But what's new with the restaurant design? On the one hand, nothing. We're just as avidly as possible trying to deliver to our guests the best service and comfort, but we've become stronger and wiser. Now we better understand what our guests need and what our business needs. And we can just make it easier, so that it would be easier for our guests to select and get their product, so that it would be easier for our guests to make themselves comfortable in the restaurant, so that it would be easier for them to share pleasurable moments, so that our business would easier grow, design, and build pizza restaurants. And today, I'm happy to introduce to you two new, brilliant design concepts. These two concepts have put together all of our accumulated experience. They were designed specifically, taking into account the demands of our business and our guests. So the first one, Easy Spot. This concept offers contemporary and vivid designs in any spaces that correspond to the requirements of Dodo Pizza restaurant. So what are the features of this design? First of all, porcelain tiles, terrazzo porcelain tiles. This is colorful tiling that is very popular these days for many interiors, but we specifically appreciate it because it actually disguises all of the dirt and mud. It doesn't mean that we don't wash our floors, but that will make life easier for our employees. Another feature is beautiful finishing of the walls. It is wear-resistant, protecting the most loaded walls of the restaurant, which are the entrance area, the billing area, the restrooms. Modular ceiling improves acoustic comfort of the restaurant, while wood-textured suspension panels map the space and add coziness. For this particular concept, we designed new furniture, in particular sofas. They are constructed with replaceable parts, which are obviously easy to replace if something breaks down. Also, we designed faux walls made of perforated metal. This solution maps the space without confining it. These metal faux walls also add coziness into the bar sitting area at the entrance to the restaurant. Also, I would like to mention the bright and vivid posters on the walls, which are inspired by the designs of our package, pizza package I mean. But of course, the package will eventually change. What will happen to the pizza restaurant design? We understand that, so there is a way to quickly change graphics, like photo wallpapers or posters, which allows us to freshen up the design of the pizza restaurant whenever it is necessary. We can also enhance the effect of the launch of the new products or promotions, or simply create festive atmosphere for the winter holidays. You can already witness this design at the Obruchevo Street restaurant in Moscow. This concept is specifically designed for small cities and for the peripheries of the larger cities. We're now going to launch about 20 restaurants with this new design, and soon you will be able to witness it on your own. But this is not all. The second design concept of the series is just as elegant. It's called Easy Form. The atmosphere of this concept is fresh and natural. It's different from Easy Spot, while it's based on the same fundamental principles and elements. In addition to furniture and materials, there's also a number of exciting details. For example, the furnishing of the walls with the texture of concrete, but This is actually wear-resistant plastering, the pano of natural plywood with the voluminous Dodo letters, and acoustic plasterboards that specifically make our pizza restaurants acoustically comfortable. And don't forget wavy metal sheets that add soft forms to the interior while reliably protecting the walls. New suspension lights as well, new tables out of natural and sturdy beech wood. And last but not least, the greatest hit of the concept is natural greenery. That is a natural must-have for any restaurant, and we of course integrated this feature as well. I'd like also to mention the way to use natural graphics to design the walls of the pizza restaurant. The first restaurant with this unique graphics is the restaurant in the center of the Kaunas city in Lithuania. They're also building this sort of restaurant in Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam and in Warsaw in Poland. Yes, it looks fancy, but what is that delivering to the business? First of all, unification of materials and furniture. That allows us to use the economies of scale to make the construction and delivery cheaper and non-stop without sacrificing quality. We're using the same effect in our retail, so that now helps with the restaurant design. Sustainable materials, which are easy to maintain and clean, which help to preserve the restaurant as neat as on the first day. While the restaurant always looks timely thanks to easily changeable graphics. The unique design and memorable interior will help us to stand out amongst competition, but none of this would be possible without a lot of commitment from the multifunctional team. I would like to mention the contribution of Natalia Kulik, the designer of this concept, and also those designers that created the pilots, such as Marina Lebedeva and Tatiana Tsyguleva. Without Denis Chernobayev and Andrei Tarandovsky, these concepts would not be as potent and as connected to the business objectives as they are. Also, I'd like to mention Yaroslav Mybrik, who designed the pizza package that inspired these interiors, and also all of the rest of the Dodo teams that help us to go on. So, what will be happening with our previous designs? Well, they need to retire. Of course, they helped us, and they are still making us joyful with the restaurants, but all of the new restaurants will be opening based on the concepts that I have just described. So I hope you're looking forward to visit these new designs, these new restaurants. Thank you for being with us today, and here's the video coming. You guys, it's just been so hot, and I'm not talking about the weather. Our hackathon guys, so many people. These guys sat down for the hackathon and were able to display customer feedback to the motivation panel in the kitchen. I mean, this of course accelerates feedback between the restaurant and the client. For example, we cook the order here, the delivery guy picks it up, delivers to the client, client leaves the feedback, and we see it in the kitchen right away. That accelerates feedback. We can faster correct our errors, and people are just more motivated, having seen positive feedback on their work. What can be better? Nothing. Now we're shooting TikToks for Kostya. He's making cucumber mojito. Delicious. He has now 470,000 subscribers on TikTok and almost 5 million likes. We're going to have 5,000 subscribers by next month and 1 million by September. From TikTok, the subscribers are traveling to Instagram with almost 10,000 subscribers now. He's a star, and the thing is that Costa is just genuine and authentic. We're shooting everything together. Costa cooks and I shoot. Yeah, he commands. Yeah, I do. Now we're integrating the backlog prioritization system for product and promo teams of Dodo. Now we are defragmenting all of the tasks. We actually used to do it a couple of years ago, but then the team became larger. We forgot about prioritization. So I believe that things will work out just fine in about 2 or 3 sprints, in like a month. Do follow our Dodo Brands design team Instagram. And every day you will find out something new about what is happening in our design team, and also publish a ton of historic content, our first box, our first designs. That will be exciting.
Consistency and dips, again, it's connected with salads, so we will fix that.
I have only just joined our UK team, having moved from China. In the UK, we're actually working with Roman dough, and turns out I'm the expert in Roman dough in our company. That's why I'm doing this project in Britain. Of course, there are so many operational issues and product issues and reporting issues, labor costs, unit costs, and now together with the team we're trying to prioritize the tasks in order to make the model more profitable and show that it works. So, here's the deal. We're enhancing all of the work conditions in our company. Alena with the team over there designed the new DMS for our team, and it's free, which is the greatest pleasure during the pandemic. Also, let me tell you this, we're going to hire so much more by the end of the year. There will be a fountain of new people joining the company. We will be on the fiery fire. Hi everybody and good morning. Indeed, today we have a ton of exciting news. And let me add some more. My name is Ivan Zverev, I'm the developer in the Geo team of ours. And let me tell you about what we have been doing and actually share our chunk of exciting news. So let us recall how the journey of our clients begin on the website or in the app. The first thing they see is this uninviting screen with the selection of the city. Why? Why instead of showing our exciting, beautiful and delicious products and the menu, we're making them go through this particular screen? As a matter of fact, every pizza restaurant has its particular promos, its particular menu, and its particular pricing sometimes. So, in order to show correct information, we need to understand from which restaurant the client will be making an order. So, how does client's address input works today? For that, we use the address system. It's a huge database that contains information about all of the cities and streets and venues and villages of every country. And those addresses are distributed over the delivery areas of the restaurants. In the address database, we have over 600 restaurants in Russia now, over 1,600 cities and villages, over 3,300 delivery sectors, and over 170,000 streets. This is the way our technical scheme of the database looks like. And you may see that it's pretty complex, and it's just a huge volume of data. So how do we work with that data at the moment? Now, it requires a lot of manual labor. Operator, using open mapping data, fill in the database, for example, the way we used to do it for new cities. The operator simply opens the map in one tab and Dodo IS administration page in the next tab. Then the operator had to manually put in all of the streets in the city into the database. Next, tie all of the delivery areas of the pizza restaurants to the streets. So what is happening now when we are entering the new country? We have learned to automate the process slightly, and now when we enter new geography, we actually work with local suppliers who deliver our address databases, and we can upload those databases into Dodo IS, but sometimes we need to take into account the specifics of the address input in particular countries. For example, this is the address input form in Russia versus Great Britain. Particularly in Great Britain, it is necessary to input the postal code. All of the clients in Great Britain are simply used to putting in their postal code, and many people don't even know their street address. That's why this particular situation requires extra work in Dodo IS. For example, this is the discussion thread when we were opening new geographies in Vietnam. Over 70 comments. And it looks like the address input process is not as easy as it seems. Currently, this particular work requires a lot of manual labor, which can cause a number of errors, and that slows down opening of the new geographies. So Dodo IS actually slows us down when we need to enter new regions. It hurts. It's complex for the clients. to put their address in. The clients have to do it in a particular format. That is the format of our database. That is baffling client. That is the pain for the client. That is the pain for our support. The clients are simply calling our support line when they cannot find their address. Also, we need to take into account the specifics of particular countries, which again, additional manual labor with Dodo IS. This approach is inconvenient and non-scalable. Still, we're making pizza and not our geolocation system. So how can we get out of this situation? How we can facilitate our life and the life of our clients? First of all, we want to get rid of this enormous database. Instead, it would be so much more appropriate to use the map services like Google or Yandex Maps. For example, when the client puts in the address, we actually give a hint the way it looks in the map search in Google or Yandex Maps. So after the client selects the address in the map, we can easily determine the coordinates, geo-coordinates of that address, and quickly find the nearest restaurant to the client. This is what our team has been designing lately. We began our work in October 2020. Here are our main objectives. First, of course, the most important is to help 100% of our clients painlessly fill their address in. Secondly, we want to simplify delivery zones management, because now it requires a ton of tedious manual labor of our managers who create manually these delivery zones. Also, this new address system gives us new marketing and analytics opportunities. For example, we'll be able to send push notifications to the clients passing by the restaurant with the invitation to come in. Also, we'll be able to be using analytics on the average checks in different areas of the city. So here are the first great news coming from Great Britain. About 2 weeks ago, we launched the first version of our system on the British website. Turns out, this is quite a big step for our system. It's been a long way to go, and people have been anticipating this. The first congratulations arriving. Of course, Mikhail Chernyshov is the happiest person because he works in Britain and he has a few things to say to us. Why do we need the new address system in Great Britain? We are solving two problems there. First, the client's problem. At the moment, clients are putting their address in differently. In Great Britain, some clients are doing that with the postal code, unique postal code. Why? Because most houses in Great Britain have their unique postal code. But here the keyword is most houses, and there's a difference. There are multi-apartment buildings, or the postal code might belong not to a single building but to 10 buildings, for example, and then the client has to put in the address differently, like we do it in Russia, with the street, the house number, the apartment number, etc. And sometimes it's not a number but a word. Yes, we could purchase the address database, but sometimes those databases are not entirely precise in terms of apartment numbers and building numbers in particular, and sometimes the client might be living right next to the restaurant, being in the delivery area of the restaurant, but the system cannot identify that. And then we have to figure out what's happening at the address manually. That's pain for us and for the client. So, how should it work in a perfect world? In the perfect world, the client does not have to put in anything. Via the smartphone, via the mobile app and geolocation, the system understands where the client is, and the client just needs to confirm that this is the address where he or she is at, and then we determine whether the client is in the delivery area or not. This is the perfect scenario which we're seeking to, together with our IT guys. Second problem that we're solving: the setup of delivery areas in Dodo IS. To do that today, we need to make a ton of manual operations. That takes time and money. First, we draw the delivery zone in the Google, then we export that to the specially trained team that gives us the database of the addresses. And we actually purchase that in a particular format. Next, we convert them into the format that Dodo IS understands, and then we have to splice it into a ton of files that we upload manually in Dodo IS. That should not be happening. We should just be able to draw the delivery zone in Google, and that's it. And then Dodo IS should understand whether the client is in the delivery zone or not. That will save us a ton of time and money, specifically when scaling up in Great Britain. That's why we're super happy with a solution that will help us very soon. Misha, thank you. So, you will ask me, Ivan, why UK? Why not launching it right away in Russia, for example? Well, like many major features, we're actually deploying them gradually, collecting feedback. We have not so many restaurants in Britain, and the delivery zones are simple there. In addition, certain functions are not yet available in Britain, such as stops and redirections. And also, there is no call center in Britain. Also, we see a number of problems regarding British specifics, and we know that if we can solve Britain and actually redirect Britain to the new system, it will be easier in other geographies. So what have we been able to do? So first and foremost, now we can detect automatically the nearest pizza restaurant by client's location. So when entering the website or the app, the client just shares geolocation, and if the client is in the delivery area, the menu just pops up automatically. Also, we integrated the built-in map on the website with the delivery zones. This is the way it looks like in Britain. And of course, third, but not least, we integrated the new address input form based on the postal code in Britain. Let us look at it once more. Seems fairly simple and clear. But that's not it. We integrated another awesome feature that many of you have been waiting. Now, there's no need even to put in the address. We can automatically identify the address by geolocation. This is the way it looks like. This is a smashing feature, and I know that so many people have been waiting it for so long. I know it looks easy, but it's not as easy as it seems. Now it's just one-click-based address input. And here's the first version of the new administrators page, where administrator can easily draw the delivery zone, literally on the map. We are happy to share our first results. First of all, it works. Over 200 clients used the new form in Britain. There were no complications or hiccups when transitioning to the new system. Over 1,000 times, we've been able to automatically identify clients' coordinates. The stats on the new address form shows that the clients are spending 13% less time to put the address in, which shows that the new form is actually more convenient and understandable. So what's next? Now, we're working on the way to save and edit addresses. In Q3, we're going to additionally deploy this functionality in European countries and also implement this functionality in the mobile app. By the end of the year, we're going to integrate streets, sector stops, and redirections, and we want to make the lives of our call center operators easier so that they could also use this new form of address input. And in Q1 2022, we're going to deploy these features in Eurasia using Yandex Maps. So if you want to learn more about our project, sign up to our Slack channel, Geo, and have a great day and week!